Hello, hi everyone. Welcome in. We are getting set up on our platforms. We are broadcasting on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Instagram. So let me just make sure that I've got everybody in here coming back from the holiday. Um, just give people a few minutes. All right. Okay, so let's get into it, guys, because I know, we have the meetings and not everybody can be here. So don't worry, everything is recorded so that for those of you who can't be here live, make sure that you're able to catch up on the trainings and on the recordings because it's crucial. But I hope that everybody here had a great fourth. Remember, you guys, what the fourth is about, right? Pulling independence. America pulled away from the British because they wanted their independence. And that's just like I want for you guys. I want you guys to be free. Think about the capitalists who started this country, right? They were entrepreneurs, and we wouldn't be where we are today. Okay, so we continue to get better. We want to help you guys get better. People come into this country every day, so let's be proud of where we are. Be proud of, we might not be proud of everything that happened in our history or everything that's going on right now, but we can certainly be proud of the freedoms that we have, of being born here. And, imagine being in, can you imagine being in like North Korea or maybe even Ukraine right now, right? They don't even have internet right now. So you guys are here, so be thankful, and I'm appreciative of you guys. I'm appreciative of the fact that you're here and you're utilizing the freedom that you have to be here and be active in your business. So it's Friday. It's the day after the holiday. Like I said, happy 4th. Today is going to be a short Zoom. So I want to get into it. We do have a new member here. So I want to say hi to all the new members that have come in. You guys, we're going to start measuring the leadership. We're going to start measuring the engagement. Make sure you're active and you're sharing, your opportunity and what we do here. And also sharing the opportunity webinar that we have once a month, which we dive into every single time. But, the goal here, guys, is to not just have people not just receive the links, but really look at the programs, right? We've got a big plans, a big future. So just a couple of updates to get into it. Make sure you're keeping an eye out on your back portal. Everybody should have gotten a link to your back portal. Ramona is the director of partnerships, and you should have connected with her by now. If you have not, then make sure that you're sending in an email and let's get that going, because we'll have some updates in the portal coming through over the weekend and then following into the next week. We're updating the strategy, guys. So if you're looking to get to, you're on your way to hit that 6-figure mark, we say 85 and 5, right? Ramp up and stay up, 85 and 5. That's the strategy. That's the game plan. And that's what we go into. Now, if you're just an affiliate, you just want to focus on getting customers, and good for you. Go out there, get it, and do it well, right? But our vision for the company, and the reason why we move so much into the revenue share and then ramping up, right, increasing that revenue share component, is because we believe in growth, in growing, and that entrepreneurial spirit. And we want to pay you for your hard work, for your service, and for being here and developing a team. So we're willing to give, a little under half of that revenue that's brought in and pay it out to the field. So now that you guys have that, right, take advantage of it, right? Take advantage of it. What are you going to do with it? You know, think about this, right? Netflix, they never advertised on TV. I don't even think Facebook advertised on TV, right? It was word of mouth, word of mouth. So we're informing, we're out here, we're letting people know, what we do. But before you get out there and inform, you've got to believe, right? You got to believe in what we do. And that belief starts with the training. So it starts with accessing your portal, like I said, staying up to date, with everything that we have back there. Okay. So knowing, part of that belief is knowing that we have the best solution. This is the one stop best offer funding platform. We're helping save clients and businesses a massive amount of time. Okay. 80 to 90% of businesses that go to the bank can't get funded. We've got all of the angles covered. We've got our amazing partnership with GRA Capital on the platform, and we're just adding more services, guys, to the offering. So all of this is upcoming, and we're doing that to make sure that you also are benefit and adding more value to your clients. So does anybody have any questions so far? Anybody here? And feel free to ask, or you can put it in the chat. And then for those of you who are recording and typically reach out, absolutely put your questions in. But put your questions in the back portal, put them in the group too, because, you never know who else might be thinking the same thing, right? All right, so let's go on to the next thing, guys. I want to talk about the meeting times. So initially we had the meeting times, if you go in and look at the portal, for 8:30. Now I'm going to adjust that because I've had some one-on-one conversations with a lot of the partners, and we have partners on the East Coast, Central, Pacific, right? So we're going to adjust it to 11:30 Pacific and 2:30 Eastern. Everything is recorded, you guys. So everything's going to be recorded. And today you'll have an updated schedule. It'll go out on a mass email in the newsletter that is going to be sent out to all the partners as well. So everything we talk about is going to be broken down for you, and you'll have a recap of the meeting today. So keep a lookout for that updated schedule. But just to break it down, guys, I want to tap into really what it is, right? So Mondays are our leader live calls, right? We're delving into that strategy plan, that 85 and 5, what that means, the goals, how you're going to hit that commission mark, right? That 6-figure mark for your commission. So building a team, that's really what we dive into on Mondays. Tuesdays are our business funding calls. We go into the programs, sales calls, sales training, how to reach out to clients, Q&A. We delve into all of that. Now, Wednesdays, we don't have any meetings. And on Thursdays, these are optional. So on Thursdays, we do a Rise to Capital series. Part of what we also do as you start to learn more about our services is we work with a lot of investors that are interested in working with startups, so funding startups. So we have a Rise to Capital program that works with female founders who are interested in raising capital. One day they want to have an angel investor, or they're looking for a venture capital. They're looking to, go to market, so those we do that, but there's a lot more involved as well. So on Thursdays on our series, we highlight and celebrate a lot of female founders, and then investors in that space as well. So if you're interested in that, then I encourage you to come in and check some of that out. But that is optional. And then Fridays is where we have our updates, right? Weekly update, announcements, check-ins, Q&As, and anything else that we need to cover, anything going on in the pipeline as well. So, but the goal here is to make sure that you have, dedicated space and resources to come onto, where to come and ask questions. And guys, I know everybody has different schedules. So a lot of you do watch the recordings. So make sure that is what I want to say. For those of you that do watch the recordings, those are the ones that are very successful. So just keep that in mind, okay? Any questions on this topic before I go on? All right. Okay, so guys, I want to delve into something super important today, and that's setting proper expectations. Okay. I'm so excited that you're here. I know I say that all the time, but I just truly am, because we just are growing and we just continue to grow. And we've just got a lot of things coming up, and we're halfway through the year, but we're about to finish the year strong. So very excited that you guys are here to see that, and the build out of what we're doing here. But setting proper expectations is important, right? You and your customer are going to be working with a team of finance specialists. That's what you get with us. That's what you get with myself. That's what you're going to get with Michael, with Gene. They're part of your internal underwriting team, and so not this team, right, and myself, we work to find the best lenders for your clients. So we are literally identifying each and every lender's criteria. We're going over what industries that they work with and that they don't fund. We're going over their red flags, their restrictions, which regions they focus on. So these are the kinds of things that the back office team is doing to make sure that your client is getting matched to the right resource, right? So why those factors? Well, because those are the things that potentially impact a lot of businesses, right? These are real time factors, your industry, your geography, and even with your supplier, inflation, right? So things like that, we need to take this into account. So we stay on top of all of that, right? So our finance specialists, they compile all this information daily, and then they're determining the best lender, the most appropriate lender, and then the greatest chance of approval. And then based on that, your customer's immediate need, the future goals, qualifications, underlying risk factors, all of these things come into play when getting your client the best amount of funding. It's not just about, hey, I need funding right now. Okay, yes, we can do that. We can absolutely do it. But what we've found is a lot of people run into predatory lending situations, right? So what we do is we're going to assess every single option, bring that back to them, and then let them decide which is what the best one is. But we meet expectations, right? We have to let them know the process, and then what's currently available for them, their situation, and what's available in the market. So when you go into your back portal, right, there are resources for you. So look for your funding program, and then I will also do like a little video that I'll upload, and I'll put it in the newsletter that really walks you through it. I think that'll help as well. But so there is check out your resources, okay? Because it gives you, really a rough idea of what it takes for the clients to get funded without being super specific, right? And you want to make sure, you guys, that you're under promising and over delivering, right? Under promise, over deliver, right? Because you just got to think back to that time that when you went out and you got something and it was way better than you ever expected it was going to be, and you were like, wow, man, that was really good. And it compounded that value. It made you want to go back, right? Or even the service, right? It made you want to go back. So that is the feeling that we want to give to our clients. That's literally the feeling. We want them feeling like, okay, they got, every question answered, the best resource. And then when they get funded, they're going to continually come back for renewals. And that's what a lot of our clients actually really do. So we set that general expectation, not the exact expectation, general expectation. And that funding sheet that's in the back office is going to give you a general overview. So if you are not comfortable, maybe you're not there yet, you don't feel comfortable about maybe delving into some of the programs, that's fine. Don't even sweat it. Don't worry about it. You'll work your way up there. Just know that our advisors, our team that works with you, is going to work with them as well to identify, what works for them specifically. So we're going to direct them to the best resource, and that's going to give them the right funding source for that opportunity that they have, right? So, but guys, know this. So really important to know this. We set realistic expectations for them, but realistic expectations for ourselves as well. There will be declines, right? So there are going to be declines. Declines happen all the time. There's just simply no way around it, right? But that is okay, because we can work with the client to turn that decline into an approval, which we've done many times. And then also, but ultimately it is up to them, right? So it's up to them if they want to pursue that. And so, but we do that. We give them, we go through the entire process of helping them. We lay everything out for them. We make sure that they understand the process. But like I said, very important to set expectations. So how do you go about setting the expectation, right? You might be asking that. Well, just so for your knowledge, it's really important to know for any direct lending that businesses, banks, credit issuers, they want to see three C's, right? Cash flow, credit, collateral. Okay, so the cash flow, credit, or collateral, if they don't have any of those, if they don't have one of those three, right, it's going to be very difficult to qualify for any type of financing, at least right away. So they will have to shift their focus, right, for a bit. And your goal is to help them see that, right? We help them shift their focus to opening business credit until the business lending opportunity opens up for them. And clients, our advisors, them through that step by step, because by building the business credit, as the business grows, collateral, cash opportunities grow. Those things start to accumulate, and then because they're already here, we have that network already. They can of lending options that they'll be able to choose from. So one thing that you guys got to know and got to remember is you have this team, your financial support team, that literally, crosses the T's and dots the I's. And so there's really no need to overinflate. Make sure everything is fully transparent. That's what makes this process most successful. And, making sure that we're making sure our credibility isn't compromised, right? And even though we can provide instant funding options, yes, we do, absolutely, for clients who do qualify. We want to make sure that they know that. So we have hundreds of lenders on the platform that we can utilize, lots of different situations where we can step in, and we just work to make sure that we find the best option that fits them. So yes, we do have funding that can take 24 hours, and then others that do take a month or two, right? So it depends on the client, but we walk them through that whole process. So, and then, we talk about the timelines, we talk about the time frame, right? If you have a client that is starting from basically, fresh, right? Starting from that 0 point, no cash flow, no credit, no collateral, then there's a timeline to build business credit, right? It's going to take about 6 months. But what's at the end of that 6 months? You got about $50,000 in trade lines that you're using for your business. You've offset about 50-90% of your business expenses. And now by the end of that 6 months, you've got some more profit, you've got some more revenue that opens up more lending options. You're sticking to your plan that you initially had. And not only that, as the client continues to come back for renewals, you're earning commissions on that as well. So, once that deal is done, once that first deal is done, then we still work with them. They're still in the system. We're making sure we're staying at top of their mind as a resource, because when they're ready to move forward with more lending, we're ready to offer it. So we want to maintain that relationship, guys. So we make sure we do that. For you. Okay. And that's the best way that we found to really leverage support and be supportive for the clients. And as you meet the team, as you grow, and as you're closing some of your deals, and you'll start to see when you're talking with Michael and when you're talking with Gene, that expertise really shine in when they're stepping in and formulating some of these deals. So make sure you're reaching out, guys. Reach out if you have any questions throughout this process, because we're really transparent. We work within your partnership, within your parameters. If you are, hey, I get really busy, but this is my client, so you reach out, then we reach out to the client first, and then just to keep you informed. But if you're like, I need to be involved through the whole process, let's move through the whole process together. So let's, we work within your parameters, like I said. So here, want you guys to know that, our standard is high. We want to wow our clients. We're not okay with just being satisfactory, but we want to wow the partners. We want to wow you guys as well. So everything we're doing is really designed to make this whole process go by smoother. So make sure you're getting in your back office. Make sure you're checking your resources that come up. And then also, if you are on Facebook, click the link that I'm sending out in the newsletter as well. It's a new group that I created, so that not everybody is on each platform and can access each one. So having a central hub in different places, we'll find the one that works best. But the Facebook group is going to be a good option for you. So make sure you're going in there, guys. Okay. So, all right, almost done here. I wanted to touch on a couple of things with our pipeline. So currently, we've got two deals that I want to highlight. One of these I want to highlight is you is a company. They build towers. So they build towers for other people, but they also build it for themselves. And they are located in certain tax zones in Louisiana. These tax zones in Louisiana service low income, residents and even businesses. So they hire crews to service the towers, and they need funding, about 1.25 mil funding for that. So the way that we are structuring that deal is they need about 52,000 for the equipment. The equipment is coming from a bank. The bank foreclosed on the equipment with another business, so they're actually getting the funding to get the equipment from the bank. And then they're getting the working capital to actually purchase for the towers, to build the towers, and then to get the crew to service the towers. Why am I talking about this? Because I want you guys to get an idea of just an example of what is possible here at Domino Effects Group. We also just recently funded a lady in real estate. She just filed her LLC, right, and wants to build her real estate portfolio and needed funding. So what is one of the barriers? Well, time in business. You cannot go to the bank because the bank requires at least 2-year time in business. So already she's out. She did not have collateral in the form of business collateral. She did not have real estate, meaning her business wasn't in a brick and mortar. She doesn't have accounts receivables. So that one is out. Now her credit, however, allowed her to qualify for a program called 0% interest funding. That 0% interest funding program is a credit card stacking program. That program is huge. It's amazing. We've helped a lot of people with this program. And this program is for, if you have a client that is buying a business. We have a lot of clients right now that are interested in purchasing businesses. We're doing a lot of mergers and acquisitions deals right now. So if you have a client that's interested in purchasing a business in real estate, in flipping, and they have a 700 credit score, we can work with a 680. Then that is an unsecured lending option. So I just want to give you guys some ideas. That company that I talked about, that's a combination of credit facility that we could do with an equipment financing and a working capital. That company had been to the bank. The bank said no, but we were able to step in. Then we're working with another lady, which is a startup. She is going under a different program, that 0% interest funding program. No documents, great for startups, because it's based off, and she qualified for that off of her credit score. So there are different ways, and I wanted to touch on that because it's really important that you guys understand that it really is about, hey, what is your situation? What is your need? What's your opportunity? Let me send you some information, right? You have to have goals, right, to be most successful here. So what's going to propel you? What's going to move you through it? Well, it's going to be, I highly suggest, your mindset has a lot to do with this, right? Knowing that you have to set this foundation, right, of I'm going to persist through, right? Because we're impacting people. And 90% of businesses cannot get funded at the bank. Alternative financing surpassed traditional bank financing in 2023. This is, we are constantly, 90% of our referrals come from banks. Businesses need help. They need funding. So my question for you is, what are your goals? What is your why? I go into the back office. There is a document that's being uploaded, which is the 7 levels of why. So delve deep into it, right? Make sure that you're shooting. Come into the Monday call where we talk about the strategy and the game plan, and you want to be shooting for that 85 and 5. Ramp up to that 40% revenue share, because that's what's going to get you guys 6 figures, and stay ramped up. That's what's going to get you at the bonuses. So back to when we think about full circle, right? Happy Independence Day, 4th of July. Take the spirit of the people who started this country, guys, of the people in the military who protected our freedoms. My father was in the Army, right? Thank you. Shout out to you, Dad. Thank you for your service. But all those the people who protected our freedoms, right, ran up to the beaches and fought while being shot at. There's this, that what we're doing is not hard. Okay, difficult is going out there doing something. It's difficult to go out. It's a challenge to go out there and do something different, but it's difficult to go out there and truly, create impact, fight for what you believe in. It's not hard to get out there and get one funding at 100, 85,000 a month. It's not hard. And we're going to show you how to do it. So, but the most important thing is, don't overcomplicate it. Don't fall victim to bad thoughts or fears. Instead we let those dominoes fall towards the belief that we can do this. And the belief comes from, like I said, the training, the back offices, coming to the meetings, getting involved in the programs, because you don't need an Ivy League degree to do this, right? You just need, you need persistence, and you need to just not have a mentality that will stop you. So I can tell you guys that the biggest blessing, truly the biggest blessing that I had in my life, was having someone introduce me to this industry and had me create my own business, my own program. And we've partnered with the best. I've driven over 5 billion into the economy for small business. So, but I sought those people out, right? I believed it when we were in training. I believed that we were talking directly to me, just like I'm talking directly to you. So every one of you can do this. We have big, big, big plans for the company, even long after I'm gone, right? Right. Dominique is gone. The company is not dying. We have a succession plan. The plan is to keep going, long after I'm gone. The plan is through you. The plan is through you. It's through the partners. It's through the businesses we help. It's through the families we're able to impact. So that is how we will live on. Okay. And for you, where you're able to set your family up and you're able to build a team. So in full transparency, you're solidifying yourself, helps domino effects group as well, right? As we grow, you grow. As we're able to bring in millions in revenue, our commissions increase, incentives increase, better value, better systems, better products, and better opportunities. So other programs are charging people for website setups and licenses, but not here. We want you to take advantage of this opportunity. So really, if you follow the steps ABC, you'll get the results. So what I can't promise you that every time you outreach it's going to be a yes, but I can tell you every time you don't, it's going to be a no. And so and I can also tell you that the odds are in your favor. Okay, so don't let this gift that we have go to waste, guys. Set yourself up. Where are you going to be? Where are you going to be in 5 years, right? So go in the back portal. What motivated you? Get into this. Write that down. Because it's going to propel you, right? Make a strong, firm decision that you're going to do this, right? That is what's part of that foundation that I talked about. That's going to allow you to have that motivation and that drive, to keep going. Because if you don't set that foundation, then when things get tough for you, then you're going to walk away. So that's not, and but what I've seen over and over and over again and continue to see is once that foundation is set, nothing can stop you. Nothing. All right, guys. So if there's no questions, that's it for today. I'm Dominique. Make sure that you are reaching out to me. And if you are one of the very first things, make sure you send in your W-9. Got to get those commissions, guys. So W-9 should be number one. And check your back portal because we'll have all of the updates for the new meetings moving forward. And share your links. Get out there. Share what you do, but enjoy this time as well. All right, you guys. If there are no questions, I'll see you next time.